I thought I would whip up a quick demo of Proxmox. So Proxmox um, is a really fantastic replacement for your virtualization um, stack. Um, and the reason for that is it's open source. So Proxmox, a really fantastic project. You can check out their website at proxmox.com. Um, and Proxmox has gained quite some popularity in the last few years, and more so the last year or so, because obviously of the changes that have happened over at the VMware house. Um, so Proxmox does a few things really well, and it's perfect for your private cloud setup um, because it will do things really well at the private cloud scale, meaning you can manage users pretty easily. You can manage storage really nicely. We've set it up to consume Ceph for storage. And the beautiful thing with consuming Ceph is you get to have the three different storage options available to you. So you can do file, you can do object, and you can do block storage. So your VMs can consume the block storage as they do, and you can do some container stuff. You can also run Linux containers, so LXCs on Proxmox, which is a fantastic solution. They do get a bit of, you do need to get to know how to use them, but they're quite nice, lightweight. You can run your Docker containers on there. I've seen people running Kubernetes on top of Proxmox, which is interesting. But ideally, so Proxmox allows you to virtualize, and you have an option. You can use so it's a Linux based system, so it's basically built against Debian. It's a fantastic solution because it's open source, and we love open source here in JS Cloud. And it's basically a KVM based hypervisor, as you'd expect, being a Linux system. So PVE, as it's called, also allows you to run Linux containers natively, and allows you to do up software-defined storage and on a single platform, and you can manage users using RBAC, or you can also API into it and work through that. So they do have support. So if you need support, you can reach out to them directly, or you can come to providers like ourselves, and we can provide the support. And so I wanted to show you, they also have a backup solution. So we're running backup server, and it's a fantastic thing because it's just a solution that's built into Proxmox. So you just install the backup server, and it will basically back up your VMs, restore them, snapshot them to wherever you want. So you can set them up to snapshot them to back up and store elsewhere and on a different host or a different location. So to set up some redundancy. And so yeah, so there's a few different things to explore on the website. And we've got a mail gateway as well. We have some downloads there. You can get, so the latest one is 8, so Proxmox 8. So 7 is running out of support. So they have a bunch of options on the website for you to have a look at. So it's open source, it's completely open, so you can use it, but you have to then, if you provide anything, if you do any changes to the software, then you have to provide those changes to community. That's the whole point of having open source tech. So I'll show you what it looks like. I've just installed a new server. It's almost finishing the installation. I've got another installation that's complete on the other side. So I'm running two tests at the same time. So the other one is complete. I can ship to the other VM. So you can see that's a VM view. You can you can nicely control your VMs. This you might have seen, you might have come across it. So if it's this is just a quick overview of Proxmox, so bear with me. So this is how Proxmox look like. It'll be probably recommended to have version 8 for now, and you can basically download it and install it on your bare machine, bare metal. It's quite a simple process. Just it's just it's a Linux system, so you should find it easy to work with. So we've set up, I've installed the solution, the PV on hardware. So this is a VM that's opening up now. It's installing. I'll show you what it looks like in terms of the hardware. It's consuming 20 gigs of memory here, 12 cores. These are physical cores. And then it's got a whole bunch of options here. This is the boot drive. That's the Ceph cluster, which this VM is consuming. You can see it's a terabyte of storage. And that's an SSD right there. So the network device is also there. SCSI's control, iSCSI's built right into it. And so yeah, so that's what we have there. You can edit any of these options here. You can resize your VM on the fly, which is a fantastic solution to be able to do that. You get to change the storage size. You can change how much cores you have, but I would recommend you turn off the VM if you need to change these features in case you get your VM corrupted. So that's a console, as you can see. It's installing. It's booting up. So this is the first time I've set it up. So I've installed the VM for the first time, so it's pretty fresh. That's Cloud Init. So it's an interesting option there where you can actually do network control. You can install via the network. So that's what that looks like. There's a whole bunch of options here. You can rename your VM. You can change your boot order, change a kernel, Linux kernel. You can change order of things and choose different types of settings. For KVM, you can choose to virtualize hardware. You definitely want to do that. So KVM is your hypervisor here, and it's basically then allowing us to install this on the bare metal and virtualize the resources. So there's a backup option here. You can set up a backup. We don't have the proper data storage setup here. You have to select the storage. I don't have the right permissions to select the storage. But if you set up a backup, it would need to have a storage, and it would need to, you click backup now, it will ask you for the storage. I don't have the right permissions to see that. I've controlled the permissions just for the sake of showing you this today. So you can choose compression type, gzip, LZO, or no compression. You would probably choose the one that can give you more space, which is the Z standard, ZSTD. Snapshot, that's the method of a backup you want. So if you press backup, then it would then take the snapshot and store it in the location they specified. Replication is also good. So if you have another target you want to replicate it to, you would then come and choose that cluster. It would appear there. So there's another. I don't have access to any other clusters in this login, so I can't see that. You can replicate based on every 15 minutes or every 30 minutes in increments. Or once a year, once a month. So that's how often your VMs get shipped to the next location. So you replicate, you want to get replications. It's a fantastic thing, but you would need to have the resources on the other location set up. So that's the way you go with that. So the snapshots will appear here when they are there. So this is where you are now. You can take a snapshot now. Um, snap now. This is 29 or 824. Yeah, take a snapshot of your VM. It doesn't have any config files. It's using default file. It's gonna take a while, so I might leave it. I might not do that. So your first snapshot is always gonna take a while. It won't open the SafeConf anyway, so I don't know if it's a good idea to do it, but let's leave that out. But probably this, then it might just disappear. So it's taking a snapshot. There's not much to snapshot. So the VM is saved in this date. It took 12:26 seconds. It saved 15 gigs in snapshot, and it saved it. You download the snapshot if you want. So it'll be downloaded into the machine. You can see here. That's the file, log file. That's it. So that's done. That's completed it. And it saved that note, that snapshot here. So if you want to roll back, you can then come back and roll back here. So pretty simple stuff, pretty intuitive stuff, and you can set up the different snapshots. You can do scripts on top of this and manage it that way. So that's that. So you can do firewalls, you can add security groups, you can bunch things together. You can choose to accept, and obviously you'd want to run a firewall. So on top of this, we'll be using pfSense and a few other things, but pfSense is fantastic. So this is sitting on separate hardware, but so we're basically just passing this along. So permissions, this is interesting. So I've got this is how you manage permissions. So this is a user account, so I can only really see what's there, but so you see if we open this, it should have booted now, but I'm guessing there's an issue. Let me see if the other one is on. The other one is 133, so it's on the second screen that you can't see. Sorry. But that's complete too, so I can restart the machine. If I restart the machine, this is remove. If I press enter, then I should restart the machine. That's fine. You can see that, so you can boot into the new installation, which is 22.04, I believe, and it should boot. These things hardly. This is the first go I've had of it, so let's go. Let's see. It should come on. So that's what it looks like. It will come on at some point. I wanted to show you how easy it is to definitely use Proxmox. So this is a cluster view. So my cluster have got two. So I've got two nodes in this cluster. So this is the first and the second one. So if I have more VMs, it would appear here. So this is the first node, first cluster, and the second cluster. I would have shown you the storage that I have, but I don't have. I'm not going to show you the other setup. So I'll stop the recording because I don't think we're going to have a lot of luck today. But if we do, it'll be nice to get into it. And we are on. That machine booted. As you can see, we've got a nice looking Ubuntu there. Well, it didn't work, but you can see we've got Ubuntu. You can try it as an install. I'm sure it's because I was moving up and down, but I probably missed a few steps. But Ubuntu 2.2.0, you can do a trial as well. If you want to check it out, just let me know, and I can give you access, and you can play around with it. So this is the lab portal, which basically is sitting on our machines, and they are running in the lab environment. So if you'd like to test some of these machines, you can have a go at them. So this is how you manage your Proxmox. So you got your reboot, your pause, your hibernate, and your stop for this VM. So this is for 132, the VM. You migrate it, you can, so this is a console, you can clone it. Then you can also manage two-factor authentication up there. You can manage your SSHs as well up here. So if you click on the user account, you can manage all those things. So that's pretty much it. So this is Proxmox running some Ubuntu. You can try and ping and see if it actually pings out as you would normally. And its network sometimes doesn't behave, but let's open a terminal and ping something. We do have some connectivity. We should have some connectivity. So in taking its sweet time. So I can so this is it. So I'm not a big fan of Firefox, but I just wanted to show you that it actually is running. So you can run things. It is working, but probably have to see the keypad is toggled. Yes, it's taking its time. I think you've seen you get the point. So you can open your command line, you can operate things, and you can test out Ubuntu. You can install Ubuntu if you want to install it. And yeah, so migrate things, snapshot things, backup things, and then you can move across solutions. It's not recognizing my keyboard for some reason, probably because of I'm choosing the test variable. But yeah, so if you want to shut it off, you can use the command up here, or you can use you can just kill the command here. So if you stop it, it'll send the stop command to the VM. The VM will shut. So yeah, that's it. So a bit of an overview of Proxmox. It's a pretty amazing software. It can replace VMware. It can replace a whole bunch of other virtualization software. It's really nice and neat. You can manage different teams with permissions and the groupings. Yeah, you manage your RBAC like that if you have users in your private setup. So yeah, talk to me if you'd like to know more and like to test it. Cheers. Gen Z Cloud.